It is the 14th of March today, and it is a pretty cold one. It's been overcast all day. There's a bit of a wind. I've been pretty chilly. Today I've been looking in the books, checking, double checking and checking again about what I should be doing with my onions, because I'd really quite like to get those into the ground. But today has, today is kind of a special day. My sister has come up to the allotment, so I spent some time preparing the trays that I would like to sow tomato seeds into, just washing them out from last year. I went and I bought the tomato seeds because they are not seeds I managed to pick up for 15p last year, so I bought the exact ones that I would like, and they are what I'm going to do with my sister today. So my sister came in and she said it looks more like an office in here than a shed today, and that's because I've been having the books out. I've been having a look. I've been checking. I've been making notes and plans, and I always do this because I think it's going to help me both. So today with Annabelle. Hi, Annabelle.
Hello.
We're working in the greenhouse, which I'll do another mini tour of. And I have a thermometer gauge up there, so I can tell you it's about 16 degrees in here. So we're not too fussed about the overcast and wind outside today, because we're in here and it's all okay. Now, Annabelle is very carefully sowing these tomato seeds. So, what tomato seeds are you sowing there, Annabelle? Ooh, the Roma VF variety. So, I think these ones are the ones that are popular for making tomato sauce out of, because they have very, very few seeds in them. Ooh, you're doing a really good job of spacing them out and making sure that they're not touching. Although it's a tedious task, that will prevent them from generating any kind of fungus, which would mean no tomatoes for us. So Annabelle is placing those down with absolute and complete love. They will have a sprinkling of seed and cutting compost on the top of them, because that's what we do here, and they'll have a water, and then we'll move on to the next lot of tomato seeds and following the same principles. Annabelle's finished spacing them out, and now we're going to cover them with soil. Now, I suggested it would be a nice idea to use another plant pot, a bit like I suppose a bit like icing the dusting on a cake, which I thought would be a good way to get an even coverage, and get Annabelle's arm working a little bit. Exciting stuff. So we're just going to do the same again. Okay, in this tray, once again spaced out lovingly by Annabelle, we have the Marmande tomatoes, and these are going to be the big boys that I put outside. I'm hoping to get good sized tomatoes from these, but there will be normal tomatoes, so normal seed content inside. We're going to water them with this adorable watering can. Do you want to do it, Annabelle? And we're watering them before putting this oil on the top again. Oh, that spouts a bit. We'll fix that. It'll be to do with the holes, because I've got the water from the water pail bucket outside. Watering them before putting the next layer of the soil on, because I don't want them to move around when we water them at the end underneath the soil, because we spent a lot of time and effort spacing them out. And also, this is a really easy way to make sure they all get covered in soil. So, soil, get covered in water. So yes, they're going to get covered in soil, but we've just made sure they're covered in water first. Fab. And now on the 29th of March, we are starting to see the first signs of life emerge in the tomato seed trays. Now the tomato Roma has quite a little bit more activity than the Marmande, and I wonder if these are because they're the bigger tomatoes. But fantastic, isn't it great to see the new life forming? Lovely. I've just finished a very long afternoon potting on tomatoes. I just counted and there is genuinely 99 tomatoes that I've potted on today. So that's taken me about, I don't know how long, never mind how long. But it's been very nice in here. The temp gauge up there told me it was about 38 degrees in here earlier, and I kept the greenhouse door open all day to get some airflow and fresh air for all of my friends. Things are looking good. Leftovers, some that I've done today. Oh golly gosh, still a lot to do. This is where I'm going to put the remainder of the tomato plants. I've left in a couple of broccolis because I'd like to collect the seeds from them. Also, I enjoy seeing them through to the end, so at least one will stay in until it's dead. The tomatoes, however, are going to go into rows here, and I've got my canes ready, and I'm going to be building some form of supports for them. Maybe a bit like this, but these they've just been holding themselves up for the past couple of days actually, so impressed that they've held their own without any ties and they've not fallen and hurt my plants. So I'll be doing a similar thing over here. So I have fence all the way along, which is very useful for the tomatoes, which I'm sorting out just the other side. The downside is there was a little accident, and there are a few corn plants that were looking a little bit better before I turned up this morning. Not sure if they're going to make a comeback or not. I've never damaged a corn plant before. I do think that they're dead, but we'll see. And I've just about finished wrapping up doing these tomato canes. So there's 3 along here, and they go to the end, the other side, which is my fence, and I've secured them all to the fence using string. Lucky me, I've got given some of that. I've just tied it up, just like that. I thought, hey, not too bad. And I could also attach some bits to that string, hang it down like a notice. So there we go. They're all very secure, very happy. All of them. And I'm going to put a bit of wind kind of netting up on that fence too. So yes, there we go, finished. Ta-da, ta-da. Hello, today I'm planting out my tomatoes. I've got them here, the experimental tray and the individual pots, and I've got my supports, oh you can see them, and they're just going into the ground. So this is the tomato bed, again slowly populating it, intercropping with lettuce, and most of the plants are looking very nice. Small, smaller than what I'd have liked them to have been at this time of year, but we'll get there, and we'll get there, so that's the main thing. Shallots are nearly ready, I won't be long on those. And the other tomatoes are in the ground here. Again, very small, smaller than what I'd liked for this time of year. But I'm going to make absolute the best out of the space by intercropping. I've started at the back there with some radish. The beetroot that I've got in modules will go in, and so will the spring onion. And I have, like I said, more salad. So lots happening. It's really windy today, and I'm not sure you'll be able to hear what I'm saying, so I'll probably have to do a voiceover. But I'm going to be relieving some tomato plants of the weight by taking a couple of trusses, and I'm going to let them ripen in the sun on a windowsill at home. I'm just going to chop them off, keeping all of the stem, and yeah, you'll see. And now here's my finished harvest, the first big harvest. It's coming at a weight at just under 4.5 kilograms, and I'm very happy with it. There's some in there that I'll be leaving to ripen on windowsills, others that'll ripen quite quickly within the week. Happy days.